a film that maybe you don't need to rush to the theaters as much to watch, at least in my opinion. Lego Movie 2, the second part, directed by Mike Mitchell, but probably what people care more about is Lord and Miller producing this,
and wrote it.
Yeah, and I think they really got robbed when they weren't nominated for this. For Lego Movie Part 1, or I guess just Lego Movie,
Yep.
2 or 3 years ago.
No, it was
because
like 5 years ago. It was kind of a while
it was
ago.
really that long ago. Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, it doesn't feel like it was that long ago, but they weren't nominated because they literally showed Will Ferrell and the guy who plays, or the kid that plays his son, the actor who plays his son in this for I think 2 minutes, over, not even total screen time. And because of that, they weren't in the animated film category, which is just
insane. Is that what it was?
That was it.
Remember that.
So it's definitely weak sauce there, but this is getting a lot of love. It's at a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. Pretty much I think everybody is back in the voice cast. Plus, you're adding Alison Brie, you're adding Tiffany Haddish, quite talented people. I think Ben Schwartz wasn't in the first one; he was in this one. So you got a lot of people in this. Did this one sit as well with you as the first Lego Movie did?
Yeah, I mean, and also just for starters, I wasn't super high on the first one as some people. It was creative and funny, but I wasn't blown away the way some people were. So I was already coming in with lower expectations. But yeah, the second part didn't wow me as much. I saw all the good reviews, I saw a lot of good word of mouth, and I'm like, oh, all right, I'm gonna go an open mind. But yeah, I just didn't have as good of a time with it. Obviously I laugh at a lot of the adult jokes, when they make meta references to weird plot holes just existing, or the recurring Bruce Willis bits. Those things are funny because those things are written for people like me and you,
right.
They're not written for the kids. And I appreciate that, but I just didn't think there was enough of that to really keep my attention. I thought the story was yes, I can see the conceit that it's about sharing. I can see the lesson, just there's less in the first one, but it just didn't keep me entertained along the way. So I just didn't really care by the end. So I was more negative than I expected to be.
Yeah, I actually I agree with some of it, and I think that the jokes. So a lot of the Pixar movies are movies that are made for kids, but really are movies that work on two levels. And I think where the Lego Movie kind of falls off into this, I think, complements your point, is they had jokes that were for adults and jokes that were for kids, but there weren't really those jokes that worked on both levels so much. At least that's what I felt. And when you have how many 10-year-olds understood the Bruce Willis jokes, right? They're what? and how many adults are really entertained by Emmett just building this weird thing all of a sudden and being able to do this, or Tiffany Haddish is what her heart character, or she's Queen whatever, a wannabe.
Right. Imagination, we get it.
Right, exactly. So I felt like that kind of took away some of the momentum of the film. I do think the Lego Movie, the animation and just overall, I think the story was a pretty good one. They spliced in the humans a little bit more, which I thought was interesting. And Will Ferrell, for some reason, just really annoyed me in this movie. I found his parts just almost insufferable. But other than that, I think it's a fine movie and it's a decent watch. But I think that it could use maybe a little bit more fine tuning in the joke writing department to really carry it through. With that said, the Velociraptors, fucking hilarious. I every time that they popped up, I just laughed every single time. And also Ben Schwartz as that banana was by far my second favorite part of the film. So good.
Yeah, I do appreciate the openly riffing on Chris Pratt in terms of his mainstream action starness, you know, and obviously Pratt's voicing Emmett,
right,
and his alter ego, right? So that's smart, that's funny. And they also had the bit about questioning how the time travel or dimensions work, and just don't ask the questions, or whatever. It's all right, that's funny too. But yeah, I can't help but compare it to its peers. We're coming off Into the Spider-Verse, right?
Yeah.
And also Incredibles 2, which I think is just, obviously it's not as clever comedically, but it's a fantastic action film. And then even something I don't even know if you saw it, but Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2. I like that more than this. I know some people are in the reverse, but I thought Ralph 2, the open references to the internet and social media, and I think it just kind of work for me. I thought they made the story work around like those current events they were talking about. Um, and this one, I don't know. It just I think your observation is apt that it doesn't really combine the adult and child humor into like a cohesive thing. It's like it's taking turns servicing both parts of its audience. So, you know, it is interesting that it didn't make as much money as expected this year. This time, it only made around 35 million opening weekend. It was projected to be in the 50s, so that's less than half of the first
Mhm.
one's take. And the budget is, I think, 40 million more this time around. So I wasn't expecting that, considering the competition, especially in the child film department. So I'm interested to see the legs on this movie, given the slightly smaller reception than expected.
You know, Lego Movie. I still think it's definitely, if you have kids or if you like these animated movies, it's still like a good movie. It's maybe not like a top tier one. It's not Spider-Verse, which got nominated for an Oscar, but it's definitely serviceable, and it's a good February release, I guess. Can't ask for much more at this point of the year.
Yeah, we'll also see How to Train Your Dragon 3 does, because that's also getting a lot of strong reviews. That's a series that's well liked in general. I believe the first one won the Oscar, I think. I forget if I remember right. That's coming out in 2 weeks. So or yeah, 2 weeks. So we'll see if that cannibalizes, you know. But
Yeah.
and then you got Captain Marvel coming up as well. So the kids are having plenty of stuff to see soon. But yeah, I'm interested to see like the age demo on this too. Like what do parents think of this one? It's just
Right.
weird because we're doing really well with animated films. So it's
Mhm.
just kind of interesting to see where people's tastes, you know, bob and flow. Obviously, we all know everyone likes Spider Verse, but where's everyone else sitting on the other stuff?